One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, Slim Booker bugging me. Just need a bag, quit all that jaw jackery. Don't even me that I don't want none of it. He's mad about it, had enough of it. Whoa, watch what you saying, how that poppin' and shaking. Got is a laser, my posse deep and I raiding. We act a fool for the paper. Had a dream and I made it. El Camino on Dayton's, bitches guess over baby. Put the bread on me. Bet on my bacon, big and flat in the bacon. I might just roll out today. I might just roll out to Vegas, head back to my old ways. Cop a roof for all day. Look at me, baby. Look at me, baby. Don't I look like a million? I'm about to clean out the safe. Don't I look like somebody that just be bodying everything? All that talking is great, but I don't be talking. I air it out. All the problems have gotten easy to bury. I'd rather kiss on my. I've been broke way longer than I've been rich, so until it levels out, I'ma take mama to the Marriott and took me so long to get it, gonna spread it out. Let them know all about me when I'm dead and gone. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand, one in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Andre Roberts now to return it. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
All right, here we go. 3, 9, 10.
Here's Darnold now on second down. Got an open man. It's a noon one. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Detroit! Detroit! Green 39!
Throwing here on third down. Darnold nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Let's go.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Carlson now to kick this one away. Roberts on the return. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Lucky 56. Hey, you got 3. Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Detroit. Blue 90.
On second down, Darnold. It's caught on the left side by Curse. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
All right, here we go. Detroit 19.
Third and 2, Darnold. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Anthony Barr in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Sherrills to return it. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. The left side caught by Diggs. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Cousins. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into Jet territory. A big play for the Vikings on 3rd down. 51 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And it's a welcome back to health for last year's #1 pick. This is Dalvin Cook, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Carlson now to kick this one away. Roberts on the return. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. New York set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. To throw on second down is Darnold. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Ben Gideon in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. This is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a first down.
I was going to say on third down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just kind of shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the first. This is the running back, Powell. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Here's Powell. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Powell. And he stopped immediately there. The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the 50, it's Darnold. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Darnold. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. They begin with a carry for Powell. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Here's Darnold. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Darnold from the gun. And this is going to be incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. He'll get this into the hands of Deion Kane. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down.
Leave it, bring up 48. Two. Yellow.
Cousins on 1st down. He's going to float this over the middle. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Terrence Brooks with a pick. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. blocking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
They're watching the film, and it's working. And he's brought down after a good gain. A very solid gain of 27. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the #3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Cousins now to throw on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And now it's second down.
Oh, boy, partner, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because, like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Gun. Hey, receiver. Move.
To throw, Cousins. Caught on the right side by Treadwell. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down.
Hey, Flipper. Move.
Cousins again. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And they get 10 yards there and convert on third.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Leave it. Bring up 48. Burns. We're going. Let's go. Yellow. 2.
A first down throw for Cousins. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Laquan Treadwell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They start this with a run for Powell. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Gun!
To throw is Darnold. He sets to fire deep. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. Officially a minute 54 to go in this first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. The Jets on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. The shotgun snap for Darnold. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Anthony Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Sherrills. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Throw left side on target to Kane, complete. Fights through and now a crease. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 41 yards. Around the NFL, they're in the 2nd in Philly. And it's the Panthers there out to the early advantage. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along. First down, here's Cousins. Open man is Treadwell, and he's got it for the Minnesota touchdown. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon, and the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Carlson now to kick this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. New York set to take the field. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit!
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. The grab made by Curse over the middle. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
A first down throw, Darnold. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Cousins now on 2nd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Kane. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To the air again, it's Cousins. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Carlson now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Look at the spin. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Throw left side complete. It's Morgan. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that?
Hey, flipper! Move! Right there.
From the red zone now, Cousins. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half. Incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Gun!
Again, it's Cousins. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Morgan. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, then no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now it's Darnold. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Ben Gideon in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Back to throw, Darnold. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a fourth pick of the game. And now fourth down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there, a 22. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Yellow. Move, move.
Here's Cousins. He completes it to Treadwell. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Second down, Cousins. And this one to Treadwell, complete. A good pickup there, a 22. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him? Double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. On 1st and 10, Cousins. That's going to be caught. He got 29 yards that time.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. It's Cousins on the sneak. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Kirk Cousins keeping it himself on the quarterback sneak. And this Viking offense is running away with this one. And it's up and good. Carlson now to kick this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So out now come the Jets. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This quarterback now just 6 of 15 through the air. Not good, but first and 10 here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got just pin their ears back and get after him now.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 47. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Buying time to his left. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And the ball moved up here now to 2nd and 7 following the penalty. From the gun, here's Cousins. Throw left side complete. That's Kane. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Cousins to throw it. The left side caught by Diggs. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Yellow.
To throw is Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got it 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
They'll run with Cook. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. They'll come out in the pistol. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Carlson now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now out come the Jets. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
No.
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it.
And got his man complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 41 yards from Viking territory now. They'll come up 1st and 10 down at the 31. They'll run it now out of the gun. He winds up getting only a couple there down to the 29. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had a big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Darnold. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. On now is the kicker, Jason Myers, for the field goal try. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And Myers able to knock it through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
3rd and long for Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And he's got room. And he's brought down after a good game. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Darnold. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
And going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Cousins now after the fumble recovery. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Cousins now. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Hey, 382, Liz 50.
We got three, fellas. We got 3.
Cousins here to throw. That one into the hands of Kane. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And he's got it. And he's brought down. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
No gain there as he kept it himself. It's 2nd down. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
Yellow. Black, 82.
Cousins to throw it this time. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Now Cousins going to bring his guys up for the two-point try.
Two. Hey, Oscar! Wide.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Carlson now to kick this one away. Roberts on the return. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. New York set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Darnold. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This will be 3rd and 15. Here's Darnold. That's caught right side by Anderson. And they'll get him down here at the 23. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. On the NFL scoreboard there in the 4th quarter in Philadelphia. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year.
Rhino! Wait, hold on.
Throwing here, Cousins. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's King. He got 29 yards that time.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
Listen to me. Play.
Cousins on 1st down. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
Gun! Rhino! Zebra!
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The Vikings first down. Diggs able to find his way free and get the catch from Cousins.
Let's go.
Chinese on the Ringo.
Hey, steamer.
Cousins now to throw on first down. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take a shot for the... And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson. And that will write a finish to this ball game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They were